Hey, everybody, listen. Happy Monday. I hope y'all all had a good week, and I had an amazing week, and I had a good time. And listen, you know what? Bravo going to slam everything to us at one time. So they premiered The Real Housewives of Potomac, and they premiered Married to Medicine. Now, listen, I'll be covering Married to Medicine tomorrow. Both of them, I will say, had amazing premieres. Yes, they did. And I see somebody trying to come back saying, but guess what? I'm sorry, y'all. It's on lockdown. It is full house. We're on lockdown. The platform is jam-packed, okay? So listen, guys. Yes, both of them had a good premiere. Let me just say this before I board this train and load the people up. I feel sorry for Robyn. I do. I really do. As you know, as a female, I'm just like, girl, wake up. I feel sorry for Robyn, but we're going to get into it, okay? Because we started out at the Dixon home, and now I'm going to have to say this about Juan. You know what? Throw Ron in there with the Scott brothers. He's just a little smoother with it, okay? He's just a little more laid back with it. But he gaslighting Robyn, and Robyn is sucking it in. She's sucking it in. But for somebody who just got married, you said don't feel sorry for Rob. I know. Okay, he calls her Rob, and so does Gizelle. But you know what? For somebody who just got married and she's looking so sad, and Miss G, you are correct. Juan will never change. He won't. He won't. And I'm just saying to myself, Robyn, what are you holding on to? And she wants to blame it on the world, but we're gonna get into it, okay? And then was Karen, Candace, and Wendy. We're gonna talk about it. We got stuff to talk about. You know, Ashley's in her new house, and honey, she got 2 wild cards over there. Dean and Dylan. Dean and Dylan. And honey, he pulled this. He said, I got you, little bro. Pull this brother up on that counter. You know, Ashley got help in the house. And then she's afraid. She don't want to divorce what's his name? She don't want to divorce him because she need that money. Oh my goodness. These ladies, you talking about supposed to be the Real Housewives of Potomac. They're a mess. They're a hot mess. And then this Gizelle and Jason. We're going to get into it, people. But you know what? Robyn got knocked off. Listen, y'all know what I need in the chat there, right? Come on, y'all know what I need. I need a what? I need a choo-choo. All aboard, everybody. It is Monday night, and the Real Housewives of Potomac is back on our screens. So we're going to get into it and talk about it. Let me bring the people in the building. Hey, E.
Hey, Diva. Choo-choo.
Choo-choo. Hey, Leo.
Hey, Diva. Hey,
E. Hey, Dawn.
Good evening, everybody.
Good evening, Dawn.
Hey, Maria.
Hey, listen, we do not feel bad for Rob. Give that up. Give it up. Give it up.
Oh my God, I feel bad for Rob. Hey,
let it go.
Hello.
Hey, Wayne.
Hey, y'all.
Hey, Emmanuel.
Hello.
Hey,
Hey, y'all. Better hold on to your wigs because I'm coming hot and heavy tonight. I've been gone for a while. I'm ready.
Ooh. Well, let's start out.
Hey, Diva, before you start, can I say something, please?
Of course.
The last time I was on, I kind of snapped. And I just want to apologize to you. And I don't want to do that again. So I just want to, publicly apologize. And I won't do that again. I'm going to try not. Let me say I won't. I'm going to try not to.
That's fine.
Because I'm human.
Yes, we're all human. And I appreciate it. Thank you so much for the apology. Over here, when we say we catch the train, we don't catch feelings. I appreciate the apology and we moving on. So choo choo, everybody, right? And I appreciate you. Thank you so much for that. And like you said, give the disclaimer ahead. We all human. I might slip up too, but we're going to carry on. So listen, we start off at the Dixon home, okay? And Juan, he had the girl in Canada. He had the girl at the nail salon. He had the girl at the laundromat. I cannot. And Robyn is sitting there. The thing that broke my heart is Robyn is sitting there. I don't think she believes it. And she was sitting there so incredibly sad. And I'm just like, girl, what? Come on now. You have got to do better. Sometimes, and listen, I know it's hard, right? A lot of people do not like change, but sometimes you find out after the fact that, me breaking up with that person wasn't the end of the world. It's not that bad. I am starting to feel so sorry for this chick because I'm like, girl, wake up already. This is most of your life. You're going to wake up at 60 and then think what? It's just horrible. And then I'll add this scene to it too. It was Karen, Candace, and Wendy. Okay, all looking good. I'm like, what? Karen is getting better with age. Okay, she's like a fine wine there. Karen's looking good. Okay, and Karen said, listen, she's good with Gizelle. She's good with Ashley, but her and Robyn still can't get it together. Okay, and they feel that they all were the target. Come on, Emmanuel. You better put the gram down up there. Okay. So she's saying that, they were the target last year because Robyn did not want to tell her true life. Robyn is now telling all kinds of lies to cover up the lies that her now husband is telling. And, now he's jobless. It ain't, if a man going to cheat, well, at least have a job. You a cheater and you don't have a job. That means you using my money for some other chick. Now I'm extra mad. You got to go. What's that Beyonce song? To the left, to the left.
It's the Wendy Williams situation.
Child, everything you own in a box to the left, get out of here. In the courtyard. Come on now. E, what are your thoughts on those two scenes? Right. Okay, go ahead.
Well, I'll start with the scene that was very lackluster, I guess. Karen, Candace, and Wendy. Karen looked good to me. Whoever said last season that Candace was the next Grand Dame, I really feel like you were smoking because Candace is nowhere close to being the Grand Dame. More like the Grand Prix. If we're talking about a Grand Prix, yeah, that's Candace. But anything else, that just doesn't make any sense. But what really irritated me in this opening, I have to say, was Robyn. Robyn can't understand why folks are expecting her to come clean about Juan's infidelity. And she says this after she's already came for everyone else's marriage and talked about everyone else's alleged infidelity. She talked about Ashley's husband, Karen's husband, and Monique Samuel's husband. I haven't forgotten. Juan said, I'm too nice. That was his excuse. I'm too nice. I'm too friendly. I know it may sound weird, but nothing happened. I'm just too nice. And then the icing on the cake, if I never thought that Juan was a lion in ninja, when he hit her with, I've given to the homeless before. Nigga, what? And I just couldn't understand that. Sorry, Diva. I couldn't understand that. What's feeding the hungry have to do with you being at a hotel and casino with this woman after hours? So what the hell? If she was there to see your friend who plays for the Ravens, how did she come to know you and feel so comfortable enough to ask you to pay for the hotel room? Like, that made completely zero sense to me. Yeah. And if that wasn't elaborate enough, in the next breath, Robyn asked, well, why didn't you sleep with the woman in Canada? And Juan said, did you see her? So I'm just like analyzing this because I'm going crazy watching this, because you want me to believe that Juan didn't cheat with the woman in Canada because she was unattractive. But the woman from the nail salon who Juan was caught with, he called her very attractive and beautiful. He said that 3 times in less than 2 minutes. It's no way he slept with her, though, because after all, Juan feeds the homeless and she worked with him before. Okay, so make it make sense. And then it was the body shaming for me. Juan with his dusty, inactive, and unemployed, bald-headed black ass. He was sitting across from Robyn with this blonde hair and green eyes and light skin and just bashing the woman and laughing at her looks. And after all the money that Robyn has made selling these straw hats out of the back of Kiki's public storage, you made all this money selling your hats to women, and you're selling retail to women of all shades and sizes and backgrounds, and now you have the audacity to sit across from this 2-time trick of a baby daddy turned husband and bash another female. What a genius marketing strategy. Then on Reasonably Shady, her and Gizelle were talking crap about the woman, calling her all kinds of names. They call her a strumpet. And you really want me to believe that Juan didn't spend the night? This is too much anger for something that never happened. And the last thing, Diva, because I know I was long-winded, but the magazine clipping that Bravo showed at the beginning, it said Juan was cheating because he was bored. Yeah, Juan was so bored because he wasn't paying attention to those students down at the college, and they weren't winning enough games, allegedly. How about if Juan stayed out of the nail salon and the laundromat more often and spent more time in the gym and on campus, then he would still be working and out of Robyn's checking account. For the life of me, I cannot understand, with all of this privilege that Robyn holds over the other women's heads, all this light skin and green eyes and all this money, that Robyn still is stuck on the same black man who is running the streets, paying to cheat. And if all of that wasn't enough, this black man done lost his damn job. And how convenient that he will lose his job for failing to meet the requirements of his position after he got caught cheating the 94th time, and y'all don't have a prenup. I swear, listen, Juan is a typical black king, and he is definitely part of the 13.2 million in counting. And this is why Robyn is so stressed out. She's married to Blueface, but she thinks she's married to Denzel Washington. It was not pretty to see.
It wasn't pretty to see. Leo, your thoughts?
And to piggyback off of E, I am Diva. This first scene was cringe-worthy for me. It was cringe-worthy. And if you even look at Juan while he talking to his wife, he talking out the side of his face and the side of his eyes, because he know he lying the whole daggone time. And she married this fool twice, y'all. She already done divorced this fool one time before because he was a cheater, pumpkin eater. He's been a cheater. And then she gonna remarry this fool? You feel bad for Robyn. I feel bad for Robyn in the sense of I can look at this woman and tell she has the lowest self-esteem of ever. But she did this to herself. She sat on the screen, made excuses for dumbass lies that this man has said to her face, allow herself to get on camera, listen to this man tell her this foolishness to her face once again, talking out the side of his neck, telling all these lies about the woman in Canada. Like, I wouldn't, you seen what she looked like? That would have been so dumb. Please, I can't with Robyn. The hypocrisy of the level of hypocrisy they get ready to come to in this season with Robyn, it's gonna be hard for me to deal with, because you let the Robyn men treat you the way you allow them to treat you. This man has said on a hot mic that he did not want to be with Robyn, and he was ready to be with somebody he could be in love with and be into. Don't let no man tell you how he really feel now, and then you turn right around and marry this fool, girl. Girl,
Yeah.
whatever you get is what you get. Because at this time, you asked for it. You signed the dotted line for it, girl. And then when you really get slapped upside the head and you really ready to leave him, he gonna take you for half of your little bit of your little broke hats and all this other shit, all this other stuff you got. He gonna be ready for half the house, half the cars, and all this other kind of carrying on. He ain't even, like he say, he ain't got no job.
No job. No job. You notice though, with his no job, he was a little kinder with his words, because all last season he was good for flipping her off. I gotta go. I'm not talking about that now. Oh, he was softer with his words this time.
You're right, because he doesn't have a job, and they really, really need this check. They really, really need this check, and I hate to see a woman drag herself through the indignities of what she is dragging herself through. That's the part that really I see her dragging herself through these indignities on camera for millions and millions of people. Yeah. I mean, it's too much. The girls was looking good for their little lunch. They came tipping in. The girls was looking good.
Yes.
The girls was looking good. And I really hope they stick together. I hope Robyn, I'm sorry, I hope the Grand Dame put her foot on Robyn's neck and twist and turn. Somebody need to gather the girls together. Somebody.
Thank you, Leo. In my opinion, your thoughts on those two scenes?
What a tangle where we weave when we first tried to deceive. Let me tell you something. First of all, Robyn played a part in trying to wreck everybody's marriage on this show. Yeah. Let's not forget, she was the one dressed up, her and Gizelle as pizza man, to go see if the Grand Dame had a house. You know what I'm saying? Like you played a part in it. You put on shirts that said Ray had back taxes and stuff. Now it's your turn. You joined the circus that you started. This is the thing. A marriage is not to be played with. But for Robyn, she gets what she gets because that's what she's allowing. Don't let a man tell you twice he don't want you. And in this case, Juan done told her 50 million times, okay? Because he done told us 50 million times he don't want you. I am glad that they're not letting Wendy be iced out, because I saw how they was trying to ice out last season. So I am glad that Candace and Karen is sticking with her. And I pray that they stay together as a united front.
Yeah, I almost forgot that. You're right. They were trying to ice her out. So Janet, Juan needs Rob now. He sure does. That's why he was on camera so long. I agree with you. Because he's never been on camera this long, and he never talked that much to her in years. Roy, your thoughts?
I really want to feel bad for Robyn, but where it really took me over the edge was how they sat down and they took time to rehearse the storyline that they gave us for this first episode. When you sit down and rehearse BS and then want people to buy the BS but don't want to accept the accountability of the BS that you're giving us, I can't feel bad for you. You set up all season, last season, talking about Juan's not cheating on you, Juan's not doing this, Juan's not doing that. You married this man, then got on your podcast, dogged this female who allegedly didn't sleep with out.
That's right.
And then you want us to come back this season and be like, oh, Robyn, we feel bad for you. We're sorry. The blogs picked it up. No, the blogs didn't pick nothing up. Your husband made a decision and you allowed that decision to continue forward, and you play like what, nothing going on. When you play dumb, you get dumb. When it comes to Wendy and the Grand Dame and Candace, I am curious to see how long this front is going to last. Because last season we kind of, ended on the front. But then when we got to the reunion, everybody was just like, what's going on? You know what I'm saying? Yeah. I'm curious to see how long this connection is going to last and what's it going to come down to. Like, it was just a lot of interesting relationships that are being formed this season. and I'm just curious to see how stable they're going to be.
Whew. All right, Nikki, your thoughts?
Oh, okay. Listen, I just think as a human being, I have compassion, but listen, she's on my last nerve. You know those nerves that's on like probation. Like I feel like those are the nerves that Robyn is on right now. I just feel like I think I've said this before. People, listen, implement your Miranda rights. Just remain silent. You don't have to give the world what they want just because people are out here saying whatever it is. So if you and Juan were um, past this and y'all went through it and y'all were good to go, this, that, and the third, then you don't really have to give credence to the lady in Canada and anyone else. But this is the other reason I can't feel really too bad for her, is because the way they were in that video or whatever it is behind the paywall or whatever it is that they were doing, the podcast, they seemed to me jovial about it, almost like eager and like y'all think y'all got the last laugh, but no, we really know what's going on over here. It wasn't like Robyn or Gizelle seemed sad, in my opinion. So it's like, well, which one do you want it to be? Do you want it to be, oh, the world is, stole my joy, or you came out here and gave the world all of your business that you don't have to respond, especially if you know it isn't true. You just don't. You can just keep going on with whatever life you've been living. That's number one. Number two, let's just say we wanted to give Juan the benefit of the doubt that we all know whatever he's saying isn't BS. Let's just say we want to give him the benefit of the doubt. The problem that I have with scene one is that if this man cared at least an ounce about you, his first words out of his mouth should have been, I apologize for everything, for allowing you to go behind the paywall, for not falling on my sword. I see that the world is dragging you because of me. Because at the end of the day, she didn't do anything. And the whole world, well, all of the Bravo people, I would say, are dragging her. But we're dragging her because you sit up here trying to think that we are too stupid to realize what this man is telling you isn't even plausible. Because remember, I think in the first scene, she said, well, why didn't you sleep with her? Or why didn't you go to the room? I don't remember exactly what she said.
Yeah, that was a crazy thing. That, you know what that was, Nikki? That was her wanting to ask a question that she really wanted to know the answer to. She already know what that man did. Because that was so stupid.
I agree. And so that's why I'm like, girl, like, so even if I wanted to give her the benefit of the doubt, which I feel like initially I always try to, not the benefit of the doubt, but give her a little bit of empathy, I would say. Because this could happen to any of us. You know what I'm saying? You could think, whatever the case may be, and then find out later. I think somebody, who was it, Leo saying the last time, how the woman's the last to know, whatever. But I'll just say this. I feel like unless he started it out that way, then I'm working on my exit strategy at this point. Because I mean, who else could tell you? But here's the thing. I just feel like Robyn is committed to not allowing external factors influence her decisions that she wants to make. Because let's just be clear, Gizelle's, and I'm just to say this one last thing, but Gizelle's father was real when he was like, no, Mr. Pastor Holy Whore, he over there got 19 kids and one in counting. He was real with her, right? Embarrassing as hell, but he was real with her. I wonder what Robyn's parents, specifically her father, since he's a man, has said to her, because I can't believe he's over there like team Juan, not after he's done your daughter, your shining joy, whatever it is, your baby girl this way, and still hasn't even apologized. That's my biggest thing. Because even if you cared about, even if what Juan is saying is true, which we all know is false, then just say publicly to me. Then we could have a little more sympathy. But until then, I'm just like, girl, practice your Miranda rights and shut the hell up. You got a right to remain silent. Just do that.
I think, you know what, Nikki, too, someone said in the chat and reminded me, I think she had no choice, and that could be why they opened up with it. She had no choice to speak about it because Andy was pissed at her.
No. I'm saying prior to that.
Oh, yeah. Gotcha. Yeah. But that's probably exactly what that whole first scene was about, which was cringeworthy. The fact that she had to talk. Emmanuel, your thoughts?
Okay, I'll keep it short. Number one, that first scene was a total damage control, but it came across looking so phony and so fake. And as everyone already said, it's interesting that now Juan, who doesn't have a job, all of a sudden now he's gonna be in the show. Maybe he'll even go to the reunion. Who knows?
Oh,
But yeah, I don't feel bad for Robyn whatsoever because she was part of the vendetta against the Grand Dame last season. You know, so had she not done all that, maybe I would feel bad for her. But her hands, you know, she had a part in that, so I don't feel bad for her. I love the next scene. I love seeing Karen, Candace, and Wendy. Those are the big three. Those are the dream team. I will say, however, Dr. Wendy, I love you, but please don't ever insinuate that the Grand Dame is lying or not being truthful.
oh shoot.
That's all I gotta say.
All right. Okay.
She said in her confessional. I don't know if y'all caught that.
I caught it. I caught it. Smoke.
Yes. Hi, my sweet babies. And in the words of Auntie Monique, I'll say this: when you do clownery, the clown comes back to bite. And boy, it's taken a munch, chunch, and unswallow Robyn Dixon and Juan Dixon whole. I can have a heart, in the words of E, I can have a heart for Robyn. Here's my thing, though. Two things to be true at the once. I can feel compassion for a human being to see someone that low, but miss me with the BS to have you sitting here thinking that a man. And here's the thing that I spotted: for newlyweds who just got married, why are y'all not even wearing y'all wedding rings in the first scene?
Ooh, I didn't notice that.
There was no wedding ring on her finger, and there was none on his. Period. So they can pull around with the shenanigans. I'm like, Juan, I like the fact that you're clocking in. I can't wait to see you at the reunion after like 4 or 5 years. But yeah, everybody has already said everything about this situation and just how phony and messed up it is. So I'm like, when you've kind of done it to everybody else, guess what? It's your turn, and you're just gonna have to bite the bullet. But I don't think Robyn is as dumb as she's trying to make us believe. I think she's just trying to shoulder on and be like, that's my man, that's why I chose, and I'm just gonna ride it out until it goes out. But it's like, it's not gonna be riding out, because first of all, how are you gonna refer to your new wife as Rob? Like, in the way he said it wasn't even a loving way. It was like almost like she's a homie. And I'm like, that man don't love you. Here's the thing. Juan loves the convenience that Robyn allows. He doesn't actually love Robyn as a whole, which is something completely, totally different. But I'm also in love with my trio of the season: Karen Huger, Wendy Osefo, and Candace Dillard. They were giving all the fives and the kiki, and honestly, they are strong enough to lead whatever takedown or accountability that needs to happen with Robyn. Because guess what? You've done it to everybody else. So Robyn, take a seat, beloved, and let us put the spotlight on you. I yield back my time.
Ooh, you know what I think too? I mean, what a rough paycheck to have to earn. Because it was all over her face. Every scene she was in, she looks like she's in pain, agony. Mel, your thoughts?
You know what? I'm not even trying to be shady. I really am not. But I was just trying to think, and I'm being very serious. I want to know if Robyn is autistic, because for me, she is. Listen, I'm not. I'm just. I don't understand her logic. I don't understand her brain waves. I think that maybe what Karen was talking about, her being dizzy, she wasn't lying about that. I think that Juan and her have an understanding that I don't think she's willing to let the audience know. I think that Juan is probably getting tired of being the heavy, of being the villain in that relationship, because I think that she co-signs or even maybe pushes him, as she said, with some of the girls, to go out there and do whatever he wants to do. I think that for me, I get tired of Robyn, and she is annoying. And then at the BravoCon, she didn't learn no lesson, because she was still deflecting on the stage. We're not talking about Blue Eyes and all this other stuff that's tired from years ago. We're talking about you, ma'am. We're talking about you, Green Eyes. And I think that for me, it was just so crazy that she was trying to deflect over OT, and we're trying to focus on you and all your delusions and all these lies that you're putting up there. She thought she was going to come back this season and we was not going to hold her accountable as the audience, and she was sadly mistaken. She is she's a hot mess. And then in the preview, her thing is she's wanted to go towards Wendy's mother and say, oh, well, is her mother doing it? So she didn't learn about rumors. And so that's just so funny to me. That's why I'm serious. Like, this woman is giving me touch. Her mind is not working for me, because I'm thinking you cannot be crying in one scene and be trying to Malign people and their families and their mothers in another scene. Like it doesn't make any sense to me. I don't feel any sympathy for Robyn. I wish she wasn't on the season this year. She's a waste of space and a waste of breath, in my opinion.
Ooh, did I skip you?
Yeah.
Okay, go ahead.
Juan said a few key things that stuck out to me that nobody mentioned. First, he said that him and the assistant coach were doing laundry in the laundromat and they were washing jerseys.
Yes.
Coppin State is a Division I school. All Division I schools in Maryland have on-site laundry.
Oh my gosh. Ooh.
So there's absolutely no reason why you have to take jerseys to a laundromat to wash them. Furthermore, a head coach and an assistant coach wouldn't be washing the basketball jerseys anyway.
Right.
Those will be left to the assistants, and they will be left to the people who want to come help the basketball team. The head coach and the assistant coach wouldn't be washing jerseys. That was the first lie that I caught. The second lie that I caught is when he said that he was fired because of the record that Coppin State had. Coppin State entered the MEAC basketball tournament at number 7 out of 8 teams. They made it to the MEAC championship game against Norfolk State last year. So if you make it to the championship game of the tournament, you wouldn't be fired because of that. They will actually keep you because you entered at a low seed and made it to the championship game. They will actually keep you on board because of that. So, bro, your what you said on TV and the facts that were clearly out here wasn't true. You tried to spit game to, your wife, and she just yes, and she's been in this basketball world for a long time. How many head coaches go wash jerseys? None.
Yeah.
Bro, you sound completely dumb. And you got to do better. And for her to sit there and believe, and I don't feel sorry for her at all. She's an accomplice. Her best friend ruins or tries to ruin marriages for a living, literally, and she says nothing to her. So it's her turn. And she has to absolutely earn her check this time. She's been floating for the past how many seasons?
Since she's been on there.
Since she's been on it. So now it's time to earn her check. She has to earn her check, and she has to earn every bit, all the punches, all the slaps, all the stumps and kicks that comes along with this season. And she's going to deserve that first chair. If you all notice, Gizelle isn't even in the middle spot on the picture this year.
Okay.
It's her and Karen.
It's her and Karen. So she is going to be punches thrown at Robyn this year.
Ooh, they said, well, let the church say, well, all right now. Okay. I didn't catch that. You're right. But I guess it blocked out of my mind because I was just like, girl, the lies this man is selling. But you done helped us out with that. Ay. So Ashley's in her new house. And she says she decorated it with these light colors or whatever. The decorating is, but you know what? Dean and Dylan, they're going to give her a run for her money. He got up on the counter. Then he said, come on, little bro, I got you. You can get up here too. So they both gonna break their neck. But they cute kids. And you know what? I wish Ashley well. Ashley ain't gonna be able to do nothing without her soon-to-be ex-husband's money. Okay? So Ashley calls Gizelle. Grace is going off to college, okay? And Ashley admitted, listen, he's paying child support. He gave me the down payment for the house, and his name is still on the house. She can't do nothing without him. Then we seen this scene with Gizelle and Jason. And we know in real time they're not together. I don't know what is the fascination with them getting a man that's really not their man. Like, why would you want to be on the TV with somebody like that? Jason looked like he could go with the daughter. But anyway, Jason's over there. He's cooking. You know, her daughter comes in, helps them cook, and they're eating, and whatever that scene was about, it was about. Now, Gizelle is a nice looking woman, but that scene was just ridiculous to me, okay? Then we saw Mia and Gordon. Whew. You know what? There is no for better or for worse. They might as well take that out the vows. Because once the worst happens, the people are out. They're done. Okay? Now we find out Mia blamed Gordon, everything that happened with the company on Gordon. She asked him what he did. He was on the couch depressed for 2 months, and she was sick of it. Somebody can do you right for years. Then they need you for 2 months and you don't have their back. Messy. But you know what though? That's what some of these men get. You want to get you a PYT? You left your first wife or your second wife, whoever she was, and now this is what you got. You got Mia. And Mia said they went from 11,000 square feet to 1,500. Now, ain't nothing wrong with 1,500 square feet, but it's just something they wasn't used to. And why my thing is, though, you was wasting money anyway. Why would you pay $10,000 a month in rent? You have got to be, you already know you don't know how to deal with money. $10,000 a month in rent doesn't make any sense. Yeah, he was depressed, on that couch depressed, and Mia was done. She done with him, okay? And, you know, he said they got voted out the company in September. He was trying to figure out what's happening. She's no longer the marketing director, but she told us, didn't she tell us she was the CEO? Now she says she's no longer the marketing director. Anyway, there was another one telling a bunch of lies. And now Mia says she's not drinking anymore. Candace and Chris went on a picnic. What did Candace have on her head at that picnic? 1 minute, Candace is dressing like a fashion superstar, and the next minute you like, huh? It's a hot mess, whatever she had on, right? And then I'm going to call the last scene the intervention.
You going to put all those together?
I'm going to put all those together. We can handle it. Because some of them don't mean nothing anyway. I'm going to call the last scene the intervention.
Beaver said, y'all not about to keep me here for 2.5 hours. This is an express train. If you don't like it, she said, you can get off now.
Okay. The intervention, I'm going to call that. Robyn came down looking sad. Her outfit was horrible. And Gizelle is always, I mean, what else needs to be fixed at this house? They almost broke their neck coming down the hill or whatever to get to Gizelle, little outside area where she was having this shindig at. And she gathered the folks, Sharice, all the people that have a broken marriage, right? The failed intervention, you better come on. All the people that had a broken marriage, you got Sharice reminiscing and crying about the time and her husband cheated on her. And she said she forgave him. He still walked out. And that's what Robyn needed to hear. But I know that went over Robyn's head. When somebody's ready to go, you got to let them go. You got to set them free. Send them to the streets. Let them see if they got what they found what they're looking for. I'm telling you, Juan would have came back. But the fact that she never set him free, go out there and figure it out. And she was a fool. I wouldn't have married him again. You wouldn't got now he could get your money. She just dumb. She should have set him free. You want the streets? Go ahead out to the streets. Me and the kids going to be over here. You can still come see your kids, take your kids wherever you want, do whatever you want. But I'm going to set you free. But no, she took him back. She caged him up. And now she's sitting there sad. So they did this intervention. She's like, what do you want? The world doesn't want us to be happy. Girl, no, your man doesn't want y'all to be happy. No, that outfit was a hot mess. Robyn could do better. Robyn's a pretty girl. She just be messing up all the time with everything. E, your thoughts on those scenes? Take your time.
We can't set a man free if he don't have any money. Where is he going to go?
I don't care where he go.
What's his name? Smoke said they weren't wearing any rings. Probably can't afford the rings. Okay, because this is a single income household. But I want to go back to Ashley and those babies. The mom in me was screaming when I first saw that youngest one crawling on top of that dining room table and then hanging off with his arm off the side.
It was a counter.
All that
it was a marble counter.
No, I'm talking about before the counter. No, before the counter, he was on that dining room table.
Yes, he was.
And because I don't know how sturdy that is. Like the mom in me, like, what are you? Get off of that. And then when they got on that counter, I'm like, Leo, like, what the hell? And then she's like, okay, be careful, guys. Not be careful. Get off of there. Like,
you sure did.
I didn't understand that. And if you let them put their feet, those dirty feet on top of that counter, what else? What's going on in that kitchen? I didn't like it. And then Gizelle and this fake man, her dancing.
Wait, E, before you continue on,
all over the place.
Wait, E.
It was just fake.
Before you continue on, what I love was he said, "Come on, little bro, I got you." He yanked that brother up on that counter with him. He is his brother's keeper.
They could have been in the ER, y'all. I was thinking to myself, way to ruin an evening when the children got to go to the ER because they've been showing off. Oh my God.
Go ahead, E. I'm sorry.
No, it's okay. I told y'all last season and the season before, Ashley is not. She doesn't strike me as someone who is capable of raising 2 children on her own, even with the nanny. I don't see it. But Gizelle's relationship is totally fake. I'm not even going to talk about it. The last part, and I guess this is what really grinded my gears. If I had $100 every time Robyn talked about Juan needing to hang around ugly and fat women more often so that the blogs would shut up, I would have had enough money to go see Lauryn Hill and wait 3 hours for her to show up and sing doo-wop, that thing. The reason I bring up complexion and hair texture and eye color so much when it comes to Gizelle and Robyn is because they always bring it up. In every scene where Robyn is talking about Juan cheating, she somehow flips the script and attacks other women on their looks. And something I will say right now, don't get caught up on how the next woman will look. Like Sharice told her, a mouth is a mouth and a hole is a hole. Don't ever say who a man won't sleep with and who a man won't talk to. A man will sleep with everything because they've been sleeping with everything, haven't they? A man will talk to anything because they don't care who it is. A mouth is a mouth and a hole is a hole. As long as it can get wet, a penis will get stiff and follow. Listen to what I say. Then Robyn said, I told Juan to get out, but he didn't get out. But if he ever cheated again, I will make him get out. Poor thing. Robyn is so damn ridiculous. I don't understand how you tell a man to get out and then he doesn't go anywhere, but you're for sure the next time he does that, you're going to make him get out. That man ain't going nowhere. This is where having light skin and green eyes don't mean nothing because this man is playing you like a clarinet. When I saw, I want to say it, but I can't. Listen to me. When I tell a man to get to stepping, I don't care whose name is on the lease, who's paying the rent. I don't care what time of night it is. When I tap my fingernail.
Not the fingernail. E, you on mute.
Sorry, when I was tapping my finger, I hit the mute button by mistake. That's how serious I am because you can ask my daughter's father. When I tap that door, ain't no such thing as he wouldn't go. This man has slept in his car. He's went to his homeboy's house, his mama house, anywhere but my house. See, the problem is Juan takes Robyn for a joke because Robyn doesn't stand on business. I told y'all earlier, Robyn is married to Blueface, and he has Robyn so caught up in the whirlwind like Marceau Scott has Letitia that Robyn actually thinks, and she really believes in her soul, that all of us, including us on this panel, are trying to ruin her marriage and steal her joy. That's what she kept saying. They're trying to steal my joy. Pay attention, ladies. These are the effects of the $13.2 million and counting black men I've been telling y'all about. This man cheated on you during your first marriage, had women coming to your front door, let her tell it. Cheated on you after the divorce when y'all started dating again, and now cheating on you again, and now we're trying to steal your joy. It's no joy to be stolen. Robyn, Juan is for the streets, and Robyn is for Burger King, because every black man watching this show knows they can go tap Robyn on the shoulder and have it their way. And to think that she was burdened with the responsibility of raising sons. And I shudder to think of how those two boys will treat women after growing up and seeing that their mother never got any respect from their father. This is a show of cow manure. This was not good. I can't call it an intervention, because everybody who was sitting there trying to intervene, they don't even have their stuff together. Gizelle and her fake relationship, and Ashley with Mr. Darby, and the three ways that bedroom has seen. I mean, this is not an intervention. It's just Robyn's turn.
Yeah, I guess so. Whoa. Leo, your thoughts?
The first scene with the kids, I already spoke on that. That was almost about to make it traumatic for me, worrying about these babies. But okay. Then it's the scene with Gizelle and this other dude. It was giving awkward. It was giving contrived. It wasn't giving anything real, and I don't even understand why they putting film and footage on this. I don't even understand why it's necessary. All this time, Gizelle has not had a man in place since Sherman. So why we got to see this little young? I don't know. But okay, girl, do you? All right. And so then we get to the real meat and potatoes of this particular episode, because this part right here is what I really perked up for, was this intervention. And what I don't understand is what in the Sam Hill does Gizelle have going on over there at that house? I mean, what is that? What is you climb down the hill to the patio? Why don't you let your girlfriends in through the front door and they just walk to the back? I don't really understand this.
The homeowners association need to sue her, because it's a sore eye. It's a sore eye for the community. That's an ugly ass house.
And they walk down the Pebblestone, down to the Flints, down at the bottom. I just don't get it. I don't understand this. But maybe it works in Gizelle's mind. I don't. She had her good girlfriends come down in their stiletto heels down a hill on some Pebblestones. Where did do that at? Okay. And then I really didn't get that. Gizelle again makes me look at her sideways, because Robyn is supposed to be her good girlfriend, but didn't they do the reasonably shady thing? And then they was on the podcast talking about this situation and airing it out. Why didn't she do her girlfriend this intervention beforehand? So then I had to, when that particular thing happened. So that's when I had to think to myself, okay, this was also rehearsed. And I think that Robyn knew that this was going to happen, because Gizelle is not going to let her girlfriend Robyn blindsided, correct. And so this was already prepared in a certain kind of way that this was going to happen for the cameras, so Robyn can keep her job. Because I don't deny that Truly Original and the producers was really upset with Robyn with the last season, so they had to do cleanup. But it was very informative at the same time that Robyn is truly living on or in the place of the Nile, the river of the Nile. She really does live there permanently to be able to continue this particular relationship, marriage, whatever this is that she's got going on with Juan. I would be interested in knowing deep down, really, what is it that Robyn feels like she's gaining? A lot of she really came off as a true pick-me. She came off as a pick-me, like she just wants everybody to leave her alone in peace with her cheating man and his lying self and his two-faced ways, embarrassing her in these streets and on this TV, and she just want to be left alone so she can go head on and look stupid to everybody and nobody say a word. And please leave me alone with my foolery and my terrible relationship and the dumb things I got going on. All I need for y'all to do is mind y'all business and leave me alone.
Ooh.
And I say, give her what she wants.
Well, you know what? They probably would have if she wouldn't have came for other people relationships.
That's what I was getting ready to say. That's what I was getting ready to say. If she would not have come so hard for everybody else's marriage, I probably would have let her live. But I want Karen, to the Grand Dame, to take her stiletto heel and put it on her throat all season long, because she came for her, and she co-signed Gizelle and came for everybody's relationship and everybody's marriage. And now it's her turn, and I hope she get it. But on both ends. On both ends. She gonna get it from the public, from the fans, the social media. She gonna get it from them people on that daggone cast, and she need to get it at the reunion as well. Again.
Well, you know what part of the problem is too with Robyn. The fans wasn't favorable to her to begin with anyway. They felt for years that she wasn't earning her keep. So I think last season was the nail in the coffin when you knew you had all of that serious stuff going on with Juan, and you didn't give it to the people on the show, and then you wanted to give it on your podcast. So her name is mud right now. Listen, you put it out there. You got to accept the feedback that's coming back to you. Don, your thoughts?
Yeah. People need to stop getting on these reality shows and allowing your kids to do any and everything. This is going to millions of people's homes, and it only takes one call to CPS.
Oh, damn.
Get your kids in order.
You talking control about
yeah. I mean, pulling your kids up on the counter. He easily could have pushed his brother off that counter.
No, he could have.
And control your kids, please. Y'all, do better. You act like you doing this by yourself, and you got a nanny right there. What is your nanny? Fire your nanny.
Yeah, that's true.
What you pandering, Wick? What's going on here? And please, Ashley is an example why you don't need to eat potluck meals in the office, because his feet, nasty, dirty feet, all on the counter, and no telling what else she got on those counters. But moving on to this scene, it was one key thing that I heard, and when Charisse said, "What if he cheats again?" And Robyn said, "He's gone." Now, all of this time, Robyn said he never did anything. Nothing happened.
Okay, I'm with you. I'm listening.
But all of a sudden, Charisse said, "What if he cheats again?"
Right.
He's gone. So why didn't you check Charisse and said, "No, he didn't do anything"? I thought he didn't cheat on you, Robyn.
Oh, damn.
Because that's what you told the public. That's what you said behind your paywall. That's what you told Andy. That's what you've been saying in all your interviews, that he never cheated on you this time. You said that it was just the hotel receipt. It was just the nail salon. It was just the laundromat. He never cheated on you. But the question was asked, what if he does this again? You said that he's gone. See, you only can lie so much.
Yeah, that's right. Because your body want to tell the truth.
You just told everybody. And see, Karen knew this. And Karen tried to save you. But see, he knew he did it last season when he blew up on you on that phone call.
Yes, he did.
And everybody said, he was trying to get off that phone call because he didn't want to talk about it. She knew about it then. And then to say that Karen was the one that was supposed to out you, you sound a fool. And Juan, what are you telling your boys? that it's okay to do this over and over and over again?
Right.
Because that's what they're going to see. Obviously, they're old enough for social media now. They're going to school. Somebody's telling them. You ain't got no job now. You sitting around the house. You carpooling. So what is the conversation? The real conversation with your sons? Because they're teenagers now.
Yeah.
Baby, not carpool.
I cannot with y'all tonight.
So Robyn better stop playing these games because the lies have caught up.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't know her thought process. It's just crazy to me. Roy, you're up.
So, like Denard said, go ahead and call CPS on Ashley. You still letting this man father you. He's still on the deed to the house, so this man can come and sell the house anytime he wants to, and you and the baby's gonna be out on the street. But if Ashley didn't learn her lesson last year when they had her intervention with her, then she get what she gets. As far as G and Mia, Mia, we've known you've been a gold digger from the beginning. We knew that you wasn't going to support Chi through thick and thin, so I'm not surprised at this behavior at all. I'm still confused about the joint chiropractic and how y'all, had an audit and all of this, but y'all still got voted out. I mean, people just don't get voted out just to be voted out. There had to be something going on. Diva, it's the lies for me this season. It's just like everybody trying to cover up for the lies that they've been telling all of these seasons. It's just pitiful. I really, really enjoyed the date that Candace and her husband had. I like Candace a lot, and I think this is going to be a good season for Candace. I think I'm hoping so. The intervention. As Robyn was coming down the walkway, I felt like it just took me back to the crucifixion. Like, crucify her, crucify her. The way she was stumbling down the walkway, like she needed to be crucified for the lies that you are continuing to support and the example that you are giving young women whoever, I don't know why, but whoever is looking up to Robyn. It's just, I just didn't understand why she wants to continue to perpetuate the lies that you eventually gonna have to tell the truth about anyways. Because if he's been making these same mistakes over the 7 years that he's been on TV, what makes you think that this is not gonna happen again? And that you're not gonna have to answer for this? And again, I just got a feeling that before the end of the season, we're gonna see this situation again, another story with Juan, because it's never ending.
Woo. Well, I hope not. That's gonna be sad.
As in my opinion said, the lies we weave.
Thank you, Roya. In my opinion, your thoughts?
Diva.
Oh shoot. Let me
When
see.
I say I'm gonna pray for those babies, I am gonna pray for those babies. Let me tell you something. While she's dancing on TikTok, I'm gonna need Ashley to be taking care of those children that you claim you wanted, okay? And that you're getting well supported for.
Right.
I feel like it is an injustice to see a mother of color, to get on TV and have your kids dancing on top of tables and countertops. Like it is not a danger. Like they couldn't bump their head, they couldn't slip and fall. And if they hit their head hard enough, they would have a brain bleed. These are the things that a real mother takes seriously. Like, we don't play in the kitchen. It's not a playground.
Yeah.
I'm gonna need you to build them a playpen then, or a playground in the backyard, and let those kids play like real kids, but not on the furniture and not on the counters. Okay, we moving on. This intervention, okay? This is the pot calling the kettle black.
Oh shoot.
Okay, because let's be honest. Okay, Sharice got cheated on more times than the law allowed. And Gizelle, Pastor Holy Ho had her stretched out all over the reunion one year. Okay, like I just miss me. I want somebody to with a brain to come on here and tell her, Robyn, you are not fooling anybody. Just because you got together with these women and said, okay, this is what we're gonna do. Okay, I'm gonna look sad. Y'all gonna come and hold me, and y'all gonna act like y'all holding me accountable. I didn't buy none of it. Okay, it all felt staged to me. Okay, nobody got on her and told her like a real friend. Of course, women, we get together and we talk about stuff, but we be real with our friends. I mean, I don't know about nobody else, but I'm real with mine. Okay, you can't pee on me and tell me it's raining. Okay. And I needed somebody to tell her that. Like, this man is showing you in so many ways that he don't want you. Why would you sit there and be a chewing toy or a beating bag for a bum? Now you making yourself look sad. So I can't champion you because I feel like you need intervention for yourself because you don't love yourself enough to know you deserve better than that. I'm gonna keep praying that she get a brain.
Oh, yeah, it's sad to watch though. And you saw how she was sitting there like, what do you want me to say? You want me to leave my husband? No, girl, we just want you to wake up. Nikki, you're up.
Okay. So I have a difference of opinion about everybody wants CPS come get, what's her name? Ashley Kidd.
Dylan and Dean.
Yes. First of all, I don't know how old everybody is, but I mean, I remember in the 80s being at home with my sister and my brother, my mama working at the hospital. And listen, let's just be clear. All little kids that age are little spider monkeys. They're going to climb and get on top of stuff and then get on top of something else. And you'd be like, oh my God. I understand the safety issues because I used to work for CPS. So I get it. But let's just be clear. We don't have to jump from that to send her kids off somewhere. We can just send her to parenting classes. We don't have to remove her children from her, number one. And number two, CPS would never take that case because you would have to get assigned by a judge. So that would never happen. But I just feel like, I don't think it's that bad. I did look at the bigger brother, holding on to the smaller brother. I was like, he gonna break his arm. But
they was used to doing that. You could tell.
Yeah. So
he said, "I got you, little bro. Come on, I'm up here. You're gonna be up here too." But it is dangerous.
It's 100% dangerous. I'm just saying it happens. I'm not gonna nail her to the cross for that. The other thing I wanted to say is, I wanted to say, like, I feel like it annoyed me to my core that Gizelle is the person who is hosting this, I guess, what are y'all calling her, intervention?
I call it an intervention.
It annoys me because I feel like Gizelle, she's probably the biggest catalyst to why Robyn got behind the paywall to begin with. I feel like she kind of gassed her up because aren't they doing that podcast thing together? Isn't it a thing together? So I think she had because if you think about it, remember last season, Robyn was all team Chris. I don't think you did this, that, and the third. Then she suddenly got into the store with Gizelle and whomever else. And suddenly it's like, oh, Candace is gassing him up and she's telling him something else. And I feel like Gizelle changed her mind. And then at the reunion now, Robyn is like, well, no man should be in a room with a, you know what I'm saying? I just feel like Gizelle gassed her up to do that. And then it's sort of like, the thing that bothers me even more is that you're sitting up here saying how, everybody took your joy away from you. But then in that same swoop, now you're doing the same exact thing that you are saying people took your joy to your castmate. Somebody you said you claim was your friend, and you have zero proof of it. That's the thing for me. Like, if you're going to say Candace's husband is doing this, that, and the third, which we all know, people that want to cheat are going to cheat. It just is what it is. You are not going to be able to stop them if that's what they want to do and they have the opportunity. So I'm just like, it makes it difficult for me to feel any type of way about your situation and specifically. But I'm going to just say this, two things. One, I think Robyn is perfectly fine with her situation. And the only reason I really feel that way is because season 1 or 2 or whatever it was, when he had that hot make on and he was saying, I would leave if I didn't, have the kids here or whatever.
Uh-huh.
How dare you? What, in my opinion, say, please don't let a man tell you he don't want you more than once. And to me, for you to say that on camera, or not on camera, but on the hot mic to a producer, somebody that's not our family like that, I just feel like that was his way of saying, girl, move on. But yeah, I think it's rich to me that Gizelle is trying to sit in this like friend role of, we're here to kind of help you. I'm not saying it's wrong for her to do it, but I just think it's rich because, first of all, nobody sitting at this meeting is qualified to tell you anything about any type of relationship because y'all all pick the same type of men. Everybody sitting there has a man that is cheating on them, whether it was a husband or no, all of them were married to men that was cheating on them. So my thing is this. Yes, you can get information and wisdom from somebody who's been through it, but I'm gonna just need some success level. You know what I'm saying? It's like, if I got fired from this job, the next job, at least I should have something to prove that I'm qualified to say these things. And I'm just kind of like, I think they were trying to point out nicely that, you should, I feel like they were just trying to say so nicely that you're being an idiot, but they don't want to say it because, like she said, she's getting beat up by the world. And I do think no matter how I feel about her personally, I do think it's a lot. You know what I'm saying? To have the entire world looking at you. And even if you say, I don't want to look at social media, it's everywhere. You know what I mean? And at the end of the day, as hard as I feel like, tries to put on like this, I'm not going to cry, I'm not going to be emotional about it. I feel like trying to hold that in is what really causes depression. It's anger turned inward. You know what I'm saying? It's like, I'm so angry about this, but if I expose myself, she doesn't realize. I feel like Robyn has built her own prison, in my opinion. So I feel like she doesn't want to, if she would just understand that if I can open the door since I built this prison, let myself out, people would rally around her. She's not an ugly girl or ugly woman. So it is not like she wouldn't be able to get another. But I do think she has this kind of thing where some people are just fixated and comfortable with whoever or whatever's familiar. So you don't want to go out there and have to do it all over again. Then I also think she's stuck in 1952. Where it's just kind of like, I'm going to stay together no matter what. I'm like, please come to the 21st century, sis. And just, it's not even about her self-esteem to me or your self-worth. I just feel like I wouldn't want my children to watch that. I wouldn't want them to watch me be an idiot. I wouldn't want them to watch me take the fall for what my husband is doing. You know what I mean? Like, I just wouldn't want them to see that everywhere. Because earlier today, I was thinking to myself, I'm like, I wonder what the kids say, if they say anything at all to, her children, at school or whatever. It's just, that's the reason I would have to get up and go. Screw whatever I feel. I want to be a good example for my kid. You know what I mean? So anyway, that's it. That's all.
Thank you. No, she's not there yet though. And so because what's the name? Sharice, you see how they all admitted. Listen, they was where Robyn was at. But fortunately for Gizelle, it all didn't happen on screen, right? But Gizelle had a literal breakdown. I want to say she has talked about it.
What do you mean she had a breakdown? When
somebody I'm having somebody. When her and Jamal Bryant, because she was in the first lady, and she found out, he was cheating or whatever. Maybe she didn't say on the show, but I read about it. She literally had a breakdown, like a nervous breakdown. She really had a breakdown over like everything they was going through. So, but my point really is that all three of them admitted like they pretty much was where she was at. Do you know what I mean? They've been where she was at, and they was just trying to tell her like, I see you in me, like I see myself in you, so to speak. Like that couldn't face the music, because Ashley even said I made all types of excuses, for my husband.
I think that part of the conversation was so authentic because I don't really like none of them, but I feel like the sentiment of what they were saying rang true. And so if it's coming from a person who's been through this, that's why I was like, it's okay to get this information from somebody that's been through it. But I just feel like you need to go talk to somebody who's been through it and then has a successful relationship at this point, because I don't see any of them in any successful relationship since however long ago it was. You know what I mean? So it's just like, I don't know. You got to take it with a grain of salt to me. But
Yeah. All right. Emmanuel, I don't know. I think you're when you speak to me is giving feedback. But
But
yeah,
yes,
some type of
have a
feedback.
feedback.
Is it giving feedback right now?
I,
I,
you can
you can
talk and I
talk and I
won't say
won't say
anything. It
anything.
won't
It
give
won't give
feedback.
Okay,
feedback.
I'll try to make it fast.
Okay.
Ashley, listen, I have a soft spot for Ashley. I just do. And please, let's not pretend like children aren't children. When they are that age, they're gonna climb up the tree. They're gonna climb up the cabinet, climb up the fridge. That's normal. She just gotta watch out for that. Candace, listen, let me tell you something about Candace. Candace has had one of the most I don't the biggest character, how do I say this? The way she has developed in the Bravo universe has been incredible. I remember the old Candace. I didn't like Candace. I was Team Monique, but the way she has matured, I definitely somebody said she won't be the Grand Dame. I think that she is on the track to becoming someone like a Grand Dame in the near future. Giselle's fake relationship, that was the cringiest scene I've ever seen. I mean, between that guy and her making the sexual jokes, and he looked so uncomfortable to be there. I feel like he was just thinking, let me get this check, let me get this storyline. Very uncomfortable for me to watch that. Mia and Gordon, very interesting seeing that since they're not together anymore. I mean, I don't get me wrong. I do feel bad when someone. I mean, they lost practically everything in a matter of a short period of time. So I do feel bad for them. But for them to say they still don't know why they were kicked off the company, that is ridiculous. As far as this intervention, I gotta agree with what Leo said earlier. Knowing how low down and dirty these women are, I wouldn't be surprised if they had said to Robyn, listen, we're gonna have to film a scene, we're gonna have to pretend to hold you accountable. The fans were upset. So I wouldn't be surprised, but let's just say it wasn't. I think it was a good scene. I do think they spoke to her as as her friends. To be honest, I even felt bad for for Charisse. I feel like what she was saying was coming from the heart, and I didn't enjoy Charisse at all last season, but I actually really appreciated what they all had, and I really like that Gizelle said. I can't believe I'm saying this, but I actually like that she said Juan is the common denominator. Juan was at the nail salon. Juan was at the hotel room. Juan was in the laundromat. So it's pretty sad when she said, I feel like at this point there's nothing that he can do that's gonna make you leave him, you know? So in that aspect it is pretty sad. But yeah.
Yeah, no, I appreciate. Yeah, I think it was a good scene too. But like you said, they all gave her good feedback, and I do believe too that they staged it as best as they could, but they had to try to hold her accountable because everybody was pissed at her and they had enough. But she looked so broken sitting there. She looked so broken. Smoke, your thoughts?
Well, I guess you're about to call me and the Don Blues Clues. He's gonna be Steven. I'm gonna be Blue because we finding everything that's been like the hidden gems. Um, Listen, them kids being on that counter. I mean, Ashley Darby was hunching with Michael Darby, so that's the least of the worries about them kids putting their feet on that countertop. So we're not gonna worry about that. Next, Candace and Chris. I love the fact that they brought a charcuterie board and they were having a couple time and they're showing, this is what we do. We're not gonna let the things that happen break us. In regards to the intervention when they were easing on down the failed road of Giselle's under basement porch. um, I said this to you, Diva. I texted you earlier after I finished watching the episode. I was like, Robyn is emotionally and spiritually disconnected from her body. There's nothing from the neck down. She's completely dead. Like, it's just like she's used to this. And this is my theory as to why she still sticks with Juan, because we have to look at the whole trajectory of the relationship. They've been together since they were in high school. His parents passed, and Robyn and her family were the ones that took him in and gave him that support system. He also holds Robyn accountable for their friend taking all their money and led them to where they were in the beginning of the series. Of that. And then this also gives credence to why that season where she was kind of depressed in bed, Juan was, I believe, cheating at that time as well. And so she didn't know how to deal with it. And it's like, she's like, you know what, maybe, the kids need their father. And she's like kind of doing what some people choose to do. It's just like, we have kids, I'm going to stick it out no matter what, but at what detriment? Because here's the thing, the kids are watching and they're taking everything in about your situation, and they're thinking that's okay because you're not saying any better. And I just wish that Robyn would see that Juan is not the prize. It's just the way she looks at him or sees him that makes him the prize. But she's completely comfortable in the situation that she's in with them, and it's everybody's fault. So you know what? Let's take heed to that. She didn't want to listen to First Lady Gizelle. She didn't want to listen to basketball wife or ex-basketball wife Charisse, and she didn't want to listen to Ashley, the former emu queen of the Aussie restaurant. So let's let Robyn be. Let her be happy in her unrelationship or a not real relationship and do just that. That's fine. But all the smoke that she's going to get this coming season from the other ladies is well-deserved karma for how she's acted and treated. But Robyn, I just have one thing to say. If you need help, blink once for yes or blink twice for no, and we'll leave you be and keep it pushing.
She ain't gonna blink. You see the distress in her face? It was sad to watch. Broken, just broken. Juanita, your thoughts?
Okay, as far as Ashley kids, boys are gonna be boys. So, I really didn't see anything wrong with the oldest one helping his little brother up, because they're just gonna try things. They're gonna bump, fall, bruise. I mean, that's all part of being a child, or being, especially with being a boy. Now, as far as Robyn, I just have to say that I really, really feel sorry for her. First of all, number one, she's embarrassed. She's built this man up, and she know what's going on. And I hope and pray that she don't go into another depression. I liked it when Gizelle and Ashley and Charisse got together and did that intervention with her, but she's not wanting to hear it. And until Robyn herself want to realize what the truth is, she realized what the truth is. She just don't want to face the truth. She's hurt. She's disgusted. She's disappointed, and she's embarrassed. And what can you do? She, if this is what she wants, she's gonna do what until she's had enough. Then that's, I'm hoping it's not too late where it would give her a breaking point. But I'm just mighty afraid that that's really what's going to end up happening, because she's going to feel like everybody's against her, and she's embarrassed, and it's just a lot going on with Robyn, and Robyn needs to take care of Robyn.
Ooh, and she need to think about them boys that she's raising.
The boys also, right.
Think about this as being chronicled on TV.
Right. I wonder how Robyn felt when she was assisting Gizelle and ruining everybody else's marriages. Was she thinking about everybody else's children?
Well, you're right. Karma.
Well, Don, I don't think it was that. I think for her, it probably just provide her with a release or relief from her own stuff. So she's like, I don't have to focus on my stuff. So let me cause some chaos and turmoil here. So that makes me feel better about my own situation. But Diva, Nubian Mahogany, she put up a really profound quote a few back. It's like before G-Mom 4, where she's talking about Robyn having an outer body experience from her current life. I was like, ooh.
Yeah, she probably is. But again, it's all brought up by herself. It's one thing to be going through something. It's another thing to be nasty to others, to Don's point.
Right.
While you're going through your own pain. You of all people should say, I don't want to cause anybody any pain because I know what I'm going through. The most sympathy she tried to have was for Candace when it came to Chris, right?
Right.
She was like, no, I don't believe he did that or whatever. But she only did that, in my opinion, because she knew the smoke was heavy heavy between her and Juan, and she was walking around not knowing when it was going to come out.
Absolutely.
Right, Don? And to that bogus nonsense of she was waiting for Karen to say something. That was the biggest lie, because when Karen said something on the trip, you lost your mind. You went and called Juan, and y'all tried to devise a plan. So it was a mess.
And also, you know, at that time, Robyn was miserable, and she wanted to make everybody else miserable. So this was her way of going around talking about the other women's marriages and stuff, because hers was messed up. And Gizelle, she don't even have a man. I forgot to comment on that. That's just as phony and fake. It's Gizelle.
Yeah, and don't forget exactly what she did to Wendy.
Right.
She did to Wendy. So you know karma has its way for you. Karma comes and like bops you upside the head, knock you down, and kick you over. And you know what? Unfortunately, she's getting her due. She's getting her due. What you put out, you get back. That's just a point blank in a period. You're not going to circumvent what you put out in the atmosphere, what you put out in the universe. It's going to come back to you. And now she's reaping what she sowed. And my thing is, you're covering up for this man that you know it doesn't make sense. So her thing to kind of give us a Jedi trick is to say that it's so stupid. How could he make up something so stupid? He would be smarter. He would come up with a smarter lie.
And Diva, I don't know if you've been on social media lately. They found the picture of the girl, Coach Bree, and to Karen's point, when they were on vacation, saying she looks like her. The girl looks literally like Karen with mole placement and all. So it's so literally just like, granted, Karen has her own issues with telling the full truth to us about things about her, but she always is spot on when it comes to everybody else.
Well, we knew there was smoke, there's fire. The thing is, I believe at this point, you know, Robyn could walk in the room and catch him red-handed, and she still would be like, it's not so. So, and I get what people saying, they've been together since they 15. You know, at some point, you got to wake up and say, I don't care if I met him at birth. If we shared the same nursery in the same hospital.
And she already divorced him.
Yeah.
One time before.
That part.
So she has the capability. All this stuff about 15 and they was together then, and I get that. I do get that. But she has drawn her line in the sand before. So this is what's very, I encourage people to come with me on this one. I don't really understand how deep she is in denial on the second time around for this marriage, when all of this was going on, when they got married.
You know what,
Liz?
She doesn't want to face the truth.
Like, oh my God, what's happening here? If y'all look at the wedding pictures, the oldest boy got his head down. The kids don't even look that happy. And that's their mom and daddy.
And nobody's there but you, the kids, and your mother and father.
Has anybody found the license yet?
The Don is in the same place where Kenyon and Marks is. That's why the divorce is taking so long.
Yeah. Listen. He knows that she's his meal ticket because her family's been his meal ticket since the day they met. Right. And so Robyn looks at him one way. I feel like he looks at Robyn another way. And Robyn is his home. Robyn is Rob. That's his dog. That's his sister. That's who he grew up with. And he just happened to have 2 children by. But he's not in love. And
he definitely don't love her.
No, not like that. And the minute another chick whispers in his ear, he's done. I would have left him on the streets where he wanted to be, but now she done tied herself back up to him again. And if anything, she should have just continued to live with him. That way, for real, when you want to get rid of him, you could be like, just get out. But now you done tied yourself down again, and he didn't even seem loving on that couch to her. You could have hugged her and said, listen, I know you're getting so much smoke, so much heat right now, and a lot's going on, and it's impacting you. Did he look impacted to you on that couch? He was fine. She was broken.
Not at all.
He was fine. She was sitting there broken. And she mentioned about sleeping with that girl because that's what she wants to know. And she wants him to sit on there and say, he can say to the world over and over again, girl, that he didn't sleep with that girl. And nobody's going to believe it but you. And matter of fact, I don't even think she believes it.
She don't.
She don't. She don't. So it's just sad. Now, listen, guys, tomorrow night I'm doing Married to Medicine.
Ooh.
That was another amazing premiere. But you know what? Before we part, I gotta show y'all this because, and maybe y'all might have saw my video, but you know, see, a lot of professions now, it's a bunch of clowns. A bunch of clowns. And I will never understand how this lawyer, hold on one second, guys, how this lawyer came out his mouth and saying this. It's like, where's the client privilege? Like, where they do this at? Like, what's going on? Like, and he said so many nasty things in this message. I would go find him and slap him. But hold on, let's listen.
Sentenced to 4 years in prison yesterday in federal court in St. Louis. British Williams was a low-level reality TV star. She was on Basketball Wives and Couples Rehab or Therapy or something like that. A couple of low-level shows like that.
Low level.
I initially represented her on the case. Unfortunately, she was just one of those clients that she wouldn't listen to me. She wouldn't understand strategy that I was talking to her about for her case, just things that are best practices went on pretrial release in federal court and when any case is pending. And eventually, we chose to not continue the representation. I went my way and she went her way, and she hired another attorney out of Chicago. The 4-year sentence for her yesterday is getting absolutely hammered for a first offense white collar case, especially in front of that judge. Great sentencing judge, great judge overall.
Great sentencing.
But really, this is what happens when you don't listen to your lawyer, when you don't want to kind of change your ways, take responsibility when you have a case pending, especially in federal court. And I believe that that's nearly entirely where her 4-year sentence came from, was just her ongoing attitude and behavior. And it's just a good lesson for people. But once you're in the system, it's a good idea to listen to your lawyer. That's what we're here. British Williams was.
He pissed me off.
But he wasn't wrong about the low level comment. I kind of agree with him on that.
But my thing is, you're a whole lawyer. If I get on there and say something about low level show, whatever, you a whole lawyer that took an oath. First of all, why are you even naming her name? And if you really want to teach us the lesson, because if the lesson is supposed to be that I should listen to my lawyer, teach us that lesson. So why are you going to name her from some low level show? No, I was like, he's messy.
But Diva, with that, like, since they ended their relationship, doesn't that also nullify their attorney-client privilege?
I don't give a darn, though.
No, it doesn't. He didn't say anything
No, it does
personal.
not.
He gave generic stuff. He didn't say anything like that was privilege.
He was wrong.
He named her, though. He named her.
No, I know, but you could say this is my client or this was my client. He didn't say anything privileged. Like,
I'm on smack to you. That's the point right there. Point blank in a period. Very unprofessional. E, any thoughts on this man that calls himself a lawyer?
Not calls himself a lawyer.
He might be. Are you there?
I guess he's the brother to Juan Dixon, calling himself a basketball coach. I mean, 13.2 and counting.
Well, then, boom. Okay, that's it. Leo, any thoughts on this man?
I think that it shows. I'm gonna look this up and see what his name is and see what firm he represents, because they clout chasing too. They're a bunch of ambulance chasers as well. I don't find that to be a great way of ambulance chaser lawyers. Right, ambulance chasers are not, to me, professionals in their field, and that's the way he sounds. And it doesn't matter that he didn't break confidentiality. He did not break his oath. The fact that he called her name and say, that's what you get. You ain't follow your lawyer's advice. Now we telling you, this is an example. She got fed time. She wouldn't have got it if she'd have followed her lawyer's advice.
She didn't follow your advice as her lawyer.
That
she went got some other lawyers, and maybe she did follow their advice. I don't like this. I don't like this, and I would never have them represent me on anything. A slip and fall, a workers' comp, a traffic accident, a traffic ticket. I would not have them represent me at all.
Low-level shows.
It doesn't even matter. Like, man, fix your mouth right. You sound crazy.
Did he not? Don, your thoughts on this lawyer?
I think this really messed up not her reputation, but it messed up his reputation, because how his future clients are now going to worry, will he out them, for not following his advice in the future? They're going to refer back to that video. So, you got to be careful when you're in that type of profession, and then you're going to out, your client like that, because people are now going to look at you sideways. Are you going to do it to me?
Yeah. When I heard that, I said, well, he's a mess. Who gave him his law degree? In my opinion, your thoughts?
I think there was a reason why she picked him. Birds of a feather, they flock together. So I guess both of them is low level. The thing about it is, this is the thing. I think he did a big disservice to himself. Okay, because here you are, you a lawyer, you want to promote your business, you want to look at yourself in the best light, you want to put yourself in the best light. And for as much as it may be true what he was saying, all of that get washed away with the fact that you're talking about this woman that you're not even defending anymore. And then on top of that, you had to throw in a diss to say she's on a low-level show, and I think she was on another low-level show. It's like, why are you reading out her filmography of what shows she's been on? Like, it doesn't matter at that. She wasn't getting sued for the show she was on. So you have to be professional at all times, because you have to think about, you never know that you're advertising to your next client.
That part.
They're looking at you. I'm looking at you and I'm saying, oh, you did that to her. Well, you could do it to me just as easily. And I don't want you.
I like that, though. Professional at all times. Smoke?
Well, at least Jacoby Myers is down one lawyer, because that's the kind of firm I can see him working at. But yes, to everyone's you point, even if you're not representing the girl, you do have to kind of keep that in mind, because lawyers are not kind of just once you have your degree, you're just getting clients left and right. Every client is almost like your marketing, like a walking billboard for you, or how you represented, how you treated them, even if they are guilty. And because it's they get guilty until proven innocent. So I guess he feels emboldened, because he's he'll put himself in a position where he'll say whatever and people just take him based off of that. But this is, you have to also vet your lawyers as well, to make sure you have someone who really respects you as an individual, and not just, even if you are guilty, be okay, I'm gonna do my best, but
yeah. And then to say good sentencing to the judge, he's a piece of trash. Smack 2, I'm doing it on Wednesday. I'm gonna do Love and Marriage Huntsville on Wednesday, because Martell is a piece of work, but that's a whole nother story too. These people are going to keep me busy. Juanita, your thoughts?
That was very unprofessional on his part. Very. Now he talking about what he call a low level. Now he's the low level one. And after seeing that, and if I was a client, I wouldn't want to be bothered with him. He just go right back in the gutter that he climbed out of.
That part. Back in the gutter. Listen, y'all. Thanks for being here. I appreciate y'all. If you didn't hit the like button coming in, hit it going out, okay? Tomorrow we will be doing Married to Medicine. Sweet tea, honey. Sweet tea. Be ready, okay?
Diva, can I read one thing real quick before you exit out?
Of course.
Okay, so I was very interested on the Robyn Juan Dixon thing, and I looked up trauma bonding, and these are the 7 stages of trauma bonding.
Okay.
Love bombing, trust and dependency, criticism, manipulation and gaslighting, resignation and giving up, loss of self, and addiction to the cycle. So Robyn is in a trauma bond cycle with Juan. That's the only way.
Bless her heart.
Bless her heart. That part, right? Bless her heart. All right, y'all. Thank you for that, Smoke. All right, everybody. I'll see y'all tomorrow. Good night.
All
Goodbye.
right. Good night. Good night.
everyone.
Bye.
Leo, hold on.